Hi, I'm Linda, and today we're going to talk about how to teach your child to read using Volume 1 of the stories of the Red Rat and the Red Hen. At this point, you should have gone through the first 5 activities of the Red Rat Reader program, and you're now going to ask your child to read for the first time. The first chapter of the book has long and short A, mostly short A, and tries to avoid other vowels. However, there are stumbling blocks, even in this story, that you want to have gone over with your student before she tackles the story. In the first sentence, "The red rat is bad," says the man. There are 3 or 4 stumbling blocks. First of all, we have the. The student has to decide how to decode this word. Well, the E on the end is going to be long, a long E, the, because it has nothing stopping it here and it can stretch out and be long. With a TH, your student has to realize that those 2 letters stand for 2 different phonemes. Th and the, which is the voiced cognate of th. That means they're both formed the same way in your mouth, but you use your voice box or your vocal cords to make the vibration in the. So now your student has to go, let's see, it could be the or it could be the. And the sentence is, the red rat. So the red rat doesn't sound right. So your student knows it's the. On the other hand, the red rat doesn't sound that right either. People don't say the with a long E unless they're talking about something really important, like the Constitution of the United States. But when they're just saying something like the red rat, they just go the with a short U sound. The short U sound is the easiest sound to make. That's why people go when they're trying to talk. It's just easy. It's like saying nothing. So when we're too lazy to say the actual pronunciation of the vowel, sometimes we just go And the is one of those words where we do it. The second stumbling block is. Now your student knows that it's going to be a short I, because it's blocked by the consonant that comes behind it. However, how to pronounce the S? It can stand for 2 phonemes, S and Z. What you want to do is go back to the sound library and look up those 2 sounds. And then you want to reread the story in the vowels and consonants about letter S. So your student has to decide, is it is or is it is? And since is sounds like is, that's what it is. The same is true of has later in the story. Your student's going to know that H-A is ha, but the S can be S or Z, and she'll have to make that decision. The next rather challenging word is says. And there is a there is a part in the story which deals with A-Y. That A says he can't say long A unless there's Y behind him to boost him up. So, you can read that part in the book of vowels and consonants, and your child should understand that say says say, because the A is long because it's backed up to the Y. Now we have this S on the end. Is it says or is it says? Well, it's neither. You're going to have to tell your student that it's actually says. We are so lazy that we just say says instead. Says is too hard. So, these are things you want to have talked about before your student reads the story. The next thing you want to talk about before your student reads the story are these words: flat, brat, trap, and smash, which are introduced in this story. At this point, you're going to be wanting to talk about blends, consonant blends, which is FL, BR, and TR, when 2 consonants are stuck together. Basically, they're more like peanut butter on bread. You smush the second consonant into the first consonant So you say fl, at. Alright, so you're going to go over these words before she reads the story with your student, introducing blends, explaining how to pronounce them, and going over these words in particular. Now, smash is the most difficult word in the story. You're going to look up SH in the Library of Sounds. Sh. You know that the A is short because it's backed up by a consonant. SM is a blend. Sm. Your student has to say them squished together. So we've got smash, and then we have ED on the end. That is, just sound like a D, smashed. That's something you need to explain to your student. Okay, so you've gone all over the potential stumbling blocks and you're going to read the story with your student, which means that she's going to read it and you're going to be there. The bad, bad rat. The red rat is bad, says the man. He is a bad, bad rat. He is a brat. He has a red hat. He has a red bat. The man makes a rat trap. The rat bats the trap. That trap is smashed. The rat is a bad rat. The man has a cat. The cat takes a nap. The rat nabs the cat in a sack. The rat bats the sack. Bat, bat, bat. The sack is flat, flat, flat. The cat is flat, flat, flat. The rat naps on a mat. It is the cat. He is a bad, bad rat. Now this story is one that your student can read a few times until she gets it down smoothly. And at that point you want to be talking about the content of the story. Because it starts with the red rat is bad, says the man. That gives you an idea of whose point of view the story is told from. Who thinks the rat is bad? The man thinks the rat is bad. Do you think the rat is bad? You also want to explain that the cat and the other animals in these stories are like cartoon animals in that when they're flat, they can become reinflated. So, the cat may be a mat right now, but later on, she will come back to life. Alright, that's how you read the first story, The Bad, Bad Rat. Thank you. Bye-bye.